Hello everyone! So in this video we are going to see together how neurons look like, function and what is so special about them. Ready? So the first thing you need to know is that neurons really like to socialize. So they don't live on their own, but they live like a community in our brain. So the brain has 86 billions of neurons and they are all interconnected with each other. And these connections is what builds up the neuronal circuits that allow us to think, communicate and move. So now let's go and see together how neurons look like. As all the cells of our body, also neurons have a cell body. And imagine that the cell body is like a workshop where new parts of the neurons get constructed or even repaired. And it is also where the DNA is located in the nucleus in the cell body. So then, what is so special about neurons? Well, neurons have two specialized structures. The first one, that looks like antenna-like structure, is called the dendrites. And the word dendrites derived from the Greek word dendron, which means trees. And indeed, the dendrites look like a little bit branches of a tree, don't they? While the second structure instead is called the axon, which is usually one long protrusion that travels along our brain or even body. For example, you have a neuron in your spinal cord that extends this long protrusion, the axon, that travel down your back, along your leg and up to the very tip of your toe. How amazing is that, that one single axon can travel that far within your body? Okay, let's go and see the individual functions of these structures of a neuron. So the dendrites is the part of the neuron that is responsible to receive the information from the other neurons. Because you have to know something, dendrites are really curious. So they are extremely curious. They want to know everything is going on in our brain and body. As all the curious people in your life, once they get to know something new, they want to share this information with their closest friends, and so do neurons. So when dendrites get the new information, they get so excited that they want to share this information with the axon of the same neurons. So imagine that the axon is like a telephone cable that carries this information up to the very terminal, and then once the information arrives to the terminal, it gets transferred onto the dendrites of the next neurons. And this region of communication is called the synapse. And it's a very special region because it's made of the axon terminal of the previous neuron and the dendrites of the next neurons. And so these two structures, they are never touching each other, but they're very in close proximity. So how do they communicate then? Well, I bet each of you at least has played once in their life the Chinese whispering. And so this is what neurons do. They play the Chinese whispering all day long in our brains, trying to communicate with each other. So they pass the information from the axon terminal onto the dendrites. This is how the message gets transferred. Remember, always in one direction, from the dendrites onto the axon, and then from the axon onto the dendrites of the next neuron, and so on. Thanks for watching and tagging along and see how a neuron look like. And if you have any more questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. Bye!